But King Ricochet, he debuted during the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal, and I don't know. The match, a lot of people said that basically, well, it's objectively true. Ricochet came in. I was marking out. I was like, it's really cool because we just saw him on Raw, but like he fits in here. Like, I didn't like the way his gear looked for whatever reason, but he just, I don't know. It was not off-putting at all. I've seen Ricochet in every company, it feels like. So I don't know, but it was just cool. Like, damn, he was just on Raw. But then he came in and did literally what they would have had him do on in WWE. He just came in. Other people got bigger pops, in my opinion, like Nigel McGuinness and stuff. And then Ricochet came in, did like a few really cool spots, like flips wise, but it's not even the cool. I've seen him do way cooler, whatever. Same within WWE. He's done way cooler. Like before he was in WWE. And then he just sort of disappeared. And then the end of the match was just Christian comes out doing double duty after he already lost the trios titles in a ladder match. And then he just shows up and wins the contract. So it's him versus Danielson. And I don't know, Ricochet just came in, sort of did his thing, and then he just wasn't anywhere to be seen. And he was presented sort of the same way. Now he's fighting Kyle Fletcher tonight on Dynamite. But this will be out on Thursday, Time Cop. So, like, I don't know. You can criticize it all. I don't expect them to bring Ricochet in and give him like a world title shot. And nobody's saying Ricochet's a game changer. And I don't want to hear that because nobody's ever said that about him. And I'm not huge Ricochet fan. Huge. You know, my girlfriend loves Ricochet too. Like, we've seen him live. She's like, that Ricochet dude's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, he does flips. That guy's really cool. You know, he does flips and shit. So she's into that. Yeah, she's into that thing, right? So like, I don't know. He's gonna go and do really cool stuff in AEW for sure. I could see him becoming like maybe an international champion or something like that. But I don't know if whatever, like if he wants to take the money, take the part-time, I ain't gonna knock him for that. And I'm cool with whatever they do. Like, if they present him the same way or no better in WWE, then what are you mad about? You know what I mean? So but with that being said, definitely I feel like he was featured a lot in WWE to where, like, damn, you're gonna go take probably more or the same amount of money to just work less. To me, I'm like, God damn, bro, I thought you wanted to show more of what you are. So I'm not one to judge. I'm just telling you my opinion on it, but I love Ricochet. And I'm going to watch it and put it over and mark out when he does video game stuff with Will Ospreay. Sure. You know what I mean? Oh, come on now, Phil. It's just the truth. You know, I'm a big fan of his. I have been since like the early, like before, when he was just an indie scrawny dude. I used to look at him and go, this is the exact kind of guy who'll never make it big. And then he went on to become a United States, won me over, King Puma. I'm a big Lucha Underground mark. So anyways, besides that, he's in AEW, and the first thing he does is he starts arguing with marks on Twitter.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm just like, Ricochet, dude.
You what?
Don't do this. So instantly, King Ricochet is responding. Well, he's just talking back and forth with Kyle Fletcher, and he just buries AEW. He goes, so Fletcher goes, you know all about Brief, Mr. Speed. And then Ricochet goes, wait, why is being a champion a bad thing? Plus, I hate to say it, but more people watch those matches than one of yours. But don't worry, I'll change that for you. So he did a slick little like bury it and put it over, but you just completely destroyed like AEW right there. Like, that just destroyed, melts all of these arguments about AEW's key demo number, all of that. Like, Ricochet comes in this company, first thing he does is go, yeah, more people watch my show on Twitter than have ever seen your matches. Like, I don't know. It's just such a optically to the fans, that's just fuel for the, I don't know. It didn't come across well. What are your thoughts on that, Marie?
Well, first of all, let's talk about his debut for a little bit. I honestly think that he should have never debuted in a gauntlet match to begin with, because if you are acquiring, I know I could talk. I've been podcasting all day. If you're getting Ricochet from WWE, you're going to have to show the AEW fan base why WWE did not put him into position that Ricochet probably felt he needed to be there. So I would have booked right after Ospreay wins the title from MJF, let him celebrate a little bit, but that would have been the perfect time to introduce Ricochet to fight Ospreay and have a story built up, and not like a story to just have the same callback match when, you know, they first started out in their careers, but to elevate it, because obviously one person made it to the top of the mountain, but decided to be like, oh, his story isn't finished yet with Ospreay. So therefore, that's how you set up something with Ospreay versus Ricochet for that international championship title. The second thing, I don't know why Ricochet was responding the way he was towards fans on the internet. I get it that like they could get under your skin. I get it they could say whatever they want to say, but it really made him look bad, and it made AEW look bad. And it just goes to show you that drama is drama, publicity is publicity, and nobody really cares about their image in AEW, and they hurt their own stock and they hurt their own character. Like, you have to understand that social media, you know, it can antagonize everybody. You have to learn how to use it right, but that doesn't mean you go after the people who just want to start something. And that's having Ricochet off to like a bad start with gaining new fans, because the ultimate goal for AEW should be to get the fans that left, not still alienate them.
No doubt. You're absolutely right. And he does a little bit more of that. I think I bookmarked it, but basically what I saw was Ricochet. So some fans said to him, yeah, it's not in my, I might have put it in my IWC Sickos segment, but he basically, some fans said to him like, damn, I don't watch AEW. I love Ricochet.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I'm going to definitely be watching highlights of him. Like, I'm not going to watch AEW, but I'm going to watch highlights. And then Ricochet's like, wait, I don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you watch show that I'm on and da-da-da-da-da? And I was just like, God damn it, man. It's not you guys. It's the show. Like, you guys got to understand, and the boys need to understand this. I don't know if they don't get it. I'm sure a lot of them do. And they're like, you don't get it, you Mark. And I know I'm Phil Marks. Okay. I get it. But what I'm trying to say, if anyone's listening, okay, trust me, I'm being objective here. Okay. Y'all, people are turned off of AEW. Like, they don't like the fans, but they don't like the product. They don't like the show. They don't want to see Ricochet go and do a billion flips for nobody. No, for 1,008 people. I saw tickets sold for this Dynamite like a few days ago. I think maybe I'm wrong on that, but there was like 1,008 tickets sold. Like, people don't want to see him fight Kyle Fletcher in an empty, glib building. The production's bad because they're filming around emptiness. And when they went to the UK, it looked awesome because it was all filled. Like, if you're watching Dynamite leading up to Wembley and Cardiff there, it was the little building they had was filled to the tits, and it was all bright, and they had the lights shining on everyone. It looked awesome. And they could produce the shows well because they could film the whole building. And then when they come back to America, there's 1,200 tickets sold and they're filming around emptiness. It just looks like people don't want to watch that. You guys got to understand that aspect of it. It's not like people don't just watch wrestling for just moves. That's called move corn, I'll call it, but with a P, and you guys know that, okay? It's just, yes, the moves are sick, but if there's a reason they're doing them, or if we're building up, like, okay, you come in the first night, do crazy, we're all like, oh my God, this is amazing, and then you cut an awesome promo, and then something happens where a story, da-da-da-da-da, and then it builds to something. But no, they, like, we can't, I don't want to just see Ricochet have a great match, then have a great match, then have a great match, then get a 10-second backstage where he runs into someone who's like, yeah, you think you're the best? I'm the best. See you on Collision. Like, no, we want, like,
deuces.
We need to, we need to see some, not just, we already know in every sport, I've said this ad nauseum, we already know in every single sport, everyone's vying to be the best. Everybody's trying to be the best in the world, dude. Even in Pokemon, I want to be the very best. Everyone wants to be the best. We know that. Everyone wants the chip. Okay. Everybody wants the ring, but that's why wrestling's so fun, because we already know that. So now we can expand upon that. Watch hockey and they go, oh, we're just going to give it 110%. And, we're just going to keep eyes on the puck and score them goals. And then you watch basketball and the dudes are like, yeah, we're just going to give it 125%. And, coach is going to call the play. Like every sport, these guys that's why wrestling is the best, because you can talk and have these characters and be like, nah, dude, this is why, like, this or that, or I attacked you, or no, I'm sadistic. Like, I don't give a, I'm going to break people's arms every match and, try and stop me. I'm getting that world title no matter at the cost to everyone in the locker room. Like you can expand upon that and get creative and generate heat. That's what it's all about. Heat. So I've said it a billion times, right? So all I'm saying is don't drive potential fans off Ricochet by going, well, wait, why wouldn't you? Be like, oh, thanks for checking out my highlights still. And I encourage you to come check out a full match, whether it's on AEW's YouTube or come check me out on a Dynamite. Like, yo, maybe you'll fall in love. Like, pitch it that way. Don't like be like, oh, it's weird, and like question their fandom. That's what these elitist marks do. That's what these elitist marks do that drive people away. This is why people don't want to watch the show. This is why people aren't tuning in. It's because of the gatekeepy fandom, and then obviously just the show itself people aren't super into. Like, you got to understand that. And a lot of these wrestlers too, like some of it's an exception. It's not really the wrestlers that drive people away, because it's how they're booked and it's the creative, but some of them do. Like Orange Cassidy and the Bucks, people do not like them. People turn off when they come on the screen. Learn something, man. And people would love to do that. No, Orange Cassidy typically draws the highest rate. No, he didn't. They put him on at the start of every show. That's what Tony Khan was doing. So when the Big Bang people are turning it off, yeah, Cassidy has the highest rating for the 100,000 people drop off every week, or 200,000 people drop off every week. Yeah, because they were putting him at the front of every single show and people were turning it off in droves. And like, that's the numbers they play. And people are tired of all that. So Ricochet, man, bro, if I don't know, man, media training, you were just in WWE. I'm sure you should know this.
Right.
And I know you're free on Twitter now to be a little more loose-lipped and all of that, but dude, convert them into fans. Stop that type of thing you did is exactly why she doesn't watch AEW in the first place. And that's all I'll say about that. So Ricochet, we talked about it earlier in the show.
Yeah, this thing.
And here it is. I'm not going to say her handle, but her name's Missy. And she says, I love Ricochet. I don't watch AEW, but I'll be watching them highlights for sure. And yeah, he says, I'm conflicted with this. So if you love watching me, then why don't you watch me at AEW? She just said she will. She just said she'll watch your highlights, bro. Just so you can say I'm not watching that. Yes, people don't like that show. Ricochet, yeah. Serious question. And then this guy goes, I don't think she was saying this to diss you, bro. I think it was just that maybe AEW isn't for her, but she likes you enough to keep up with what you're doing, but doesn't like me enough to watch my actual matches. No, bro, she's gonna watch your match, bro, but like in clip form, because she ain't about to go figure out how to watch AEW and watch Dynamite, bro. Like, you got to accept that and try and convert her. Like, okay, let's say she watched your speed matches. Those were 3 minutes long. Let's say your match goes 15 minutes on Dynamite and she watches a 3-minute highlight reel. You're going to be mad at that on social media? What the dude?
Hey, she's still watching, she's still going and watching highlights, and maybe one day, maybe for a pay-per-view, that she'll tune in with like her friends or whatnot, and then like can watch a full Ricochet match. Like, don't alienate people who still are a fan of you. And then like, just don't do that.
And then he keeps going. So he goes, it's weird.
He kept going?
He gets worse even. Listen to this weirdo. She starts saying, it's weird. I'm asking a simple, innocent question, LOL. Yeah, but bro, you're gatekeeping. You're doing what their audience does to everyone.
Wow.
Be objective, Ricochet. People don't like AEW, and it's not because of you or the boys or because AEW. You just turned everyone on you, dude. And then this guy goes, maybe she got work or something while you're wrestling. I don't think she's trying to diss you, bro. And then Ricochet goes, so because she's got work, she can only watch the highlights? Ricochet.
I don't understand. Right?
Ricochet.
I don't understand.
Oh my God.
I mean, we don't know what she does for a living, first of all, and to be like, oh, because she got work, she could only watch the highlights. Like, she got bills to pay, man. Like, are you giving her, something to work with, to completely support you? I mean, like, it's one thing to ask fans to go out of their way to watch a 3-hour like Raw, but if they don't feel like watching a 3-hour Raw, but feel comfortable watching highlights of Raw or watching highlights of any of the other favorite wrestling promotion, I think that's fine. That's valid until they can find the time to actually go back and watch, a full episode of whatever wrestling show they want.
So this guy says, it's weird you're being so online about this. You're a TV star, man. Some people don't like the AEW presentation. This person is saying they will watch what you do on there regardless. AEW wants to be different, and it is, and in some eyes, it's worse. And Ricochet goes, no, that's not what they said. They said they're just going to watch the highlights. Right, but why, Ricochet? Are you really that guy?
Emotional damage.
Are you really that guy? Are you really being that guy, Ricochet? Oh my God. They don't have to watch the whole show to just watch one full match. And they don't have to watch one full match to be a fan of yours. You've got what the? Oh my God. Oh, wow. Marie, what are we doing here, man?
I don't know.
AEW's brought the worst out of people I've admired.
I honestly think that, well, because I didn't read that far. I just stopped where, he told the girl, like, oh, you're only just gonna watch the highlights. Like, I just stopped there. I didn't know that it went that far. But it's a little shocking, to say the least, that like it went that far, and it went in a direction where he really wasn't understanding that, like, even if she watches the highlight, that's still a win for him. Because like she might get interested in something to see how something unfolded. Yeah. Therefore, she'll search for the full match, watch the full match, and maybe she could tell her friends, like, oh yeah, I watched this wrestler named Ricochet, and he does this and this, and like, use her phone and be like, here, watch the match with me or something, or watch the highlights. Like it's a win regardless. It's now like, I don't sorry, go ahead. I don't know, man. I was gonna say that I don't know if it's because, he might have had something earlier the day where like he's just not thinking straight, or whatever it is, but like, dude, don't alienate fans.
No one's watching none of that now. Now Missy ain't watching none of that, Ricochet. She's probably like, well, your highlights too then. You just shame me, you just gatekeep fandom.
You don't do that.